Hello, people. I don't have my mother's nightgown on tonight because my last video made me cry and snot and shit. So it's in the laundry, and I haven't done laundry yet. So that's what that is. Second, just I've had great skin my whole entire life. Why in my late 40s am I fucking getting acne? It's bullshit. That's all I have to say about that. Okay. For those who don't want to hear about my journey and my trauma and all that other stuff, keep scrolling. But I have been reading my mother's journal. Not on the exact dates, but for some reason I have been, I don't know, connecting and feeling like I need to read her journal at this point in my life. Today is a wonderful, crazy, I don't know what to do with myself, ADHD night. I have started labels, I've started inserts for my scarves, I've started knitting, I've started trying to organize these photos. I started 15 projects. How many of them I've done? Not one. But then in the midst of all of this, I said, oh, let me stop and read my mother's journal. So the last one we read was from October 16th, 1994. And we left off at the anonymous quote that I loved and fell in love with was, what other people think about me is none of my business, but what I think about myself is everything. So we kind of left on that note. The next one is from October 17th, 1994. Wow, things are happening really fast. I've got 40 days clean and 50 to go to make 90 days, as my mother was an addict. I learned today my grandmother is looking forward to me finding my own place. I'm scared shitless. I'm going to talk to Mr. Cohen about getting on public assistance for the time being. They will allow me $400 grant, so I have to find a place with everything included, and then I guess I get food stamps. I'm looking forward to this kind of shared this information with Harry, which at the time was the guy she was dating. He hit the roof saying things like no woman of his is going to be on public assistance. I can't understand why he feels this way. It's just a stepping stone until my counselors say I can go to work. I got a bit of bad news today. It will be at least 8 to 10 weeks until I find out if I get my license back. I also called the Department of Higher Education to get a transcript of my test scores. They are sending it to me. My character defects are really kicking up. I'm lying 90 going north, and I'm scared about it, but I'm going to work like crazy on clearing them up, and wish me luck. I've been on the phone with Harry, and I'm learning he has a problem with control, which I found later in my life that I had an issue dating people that like to control. Today, I need to take care of me, and that's all I can do right now. I'm hurting really bad, and I don't know what to do, but I'm not going to get high. He said he loves me, but is his love unconditional, or as long as I do things his way, everything goes smooth? But if anyone goes against the grain, he flips. Is Harry really trying to understand what's happening with me, or is he only concerned about himself? I called Harry back. He has now calmed down and has come to terms with the fact that I am growing and there's nothing he can do about it. Today I can talk and think for myself and feel feelings. And one of the things I said I always fight with myself was not wanting to feel feelings. And thankfully, I didn't go the route of my mother and turn into an addict. Now, Do I like to drink every now and again? Yes. Do I like my wine? Yes. But anytime I'm upset or I'm frustrated or I'm going through things, I purposely don't drink because I never wanted my body to react to, oh, you're upset, go get something to drink. So I only drink when I'm in a good place and I'm in a happy place. October 19th, 1994. What up, Pad? I'm coming to you to let you know what's going on with me. Well, my disease is kicking up. Old behaviors like lusting and using men and sex to get what I want or what I think I want. And I also feel feelings of anger today. I went to DMV and paid my fine and found out I don't have any points, which is great. Now I have to wait until I receive notice as to when I can go and reapply for my license. I'll have to do everything over, but that's cool. No matter what, I'm not going to use. I also feel the need to get another sponsor. Now, funny thing, my mother drove a blue Dodge Dart, I believe it was. It kind of looked like the Dukes that has a car with a big white stripe on the side. And at this time, she was upstate New York. All of the troopers knew my mother and knew she did not have a driver's license. And I remember being in the car with her and getting pulled over. And I remember the police officer saying, okay, Robin, you know you can't get in this car and drive. And she said, I know, I'm not gonna get in the car and drive. He said, well, I'm gonna give you another ticket. I'm gonna get in my car and I'm gonna drive in the opposite direction. And then whatever happens after that is whatever it was. And so he did, and my mother and I were like on this dark road, and she's like, hurry up, we get in the car and we drive home. So that happened for a while, but I just remember, like, I don't think she ever really had a legitimate license, and she always drove. The last one I'm gonna read is from October 21st, 1994. Things seem to be getting very uncomfortable around here. I get blamed for everything, and a lot of the things I didn't do. Maybe I'm paranoid. I don't know for sure, but I'm sure I'm looking forward to my own place. Today, I changed my room around, washed my clothes, sanded down my rocking chair, then stained it. It looks good. I can't believe I did such a great job on the chair. It looks like new. I've sent out the application for my social security card. Asked my mom yesterday to get my birth certificate, so just waiting. Things are on hold until then, but I can't wait. I swear, I hope Harry calls me. I need to talk with him. I miss him. Wonder how William Sr.'s doing. He told me he was not feeling well, and he said he threw up yesterday. Goodbye until later. And then she ended it with unhappy. She wrote again on the same day. So this must have been a very, very difficult day for her. Also being here, I tried to make phone calls, but then I really can't talk the way I'd like or about what I want to because Nana's right in the kitchen. Sometimes I want to talk about the way she makes me feel like a thief or something. She said that I go through her things and I know better than her what's in her room. Like the other night I asked if I could get the flashlight out of her room. She then snapped at me and said, I know better than she as to what's in her room. And I said to myself, she must have forgotten she told me where it was. She makes me feel as if I'm going to steal something. I'm also experiencing feelings of worthlessness and not being loved. I'd give anything for a hug right now. Well, I called William's house to find out how they're doing, just to hear that both Williams were sleeping. But Mom answered the phone and started telling me a story about my boy and wished me luck and told me to pray. But most of all, she told me she loved me after all the things I'd done to her son and the way I acted towards them. They still love me. God is really wonderful, and Miss Townsend is a saint in her own right. Miss Townsend was more than a saint. That woman, I can't remember how many children, so it was William, Clayton, her daughter, and then her eldest son. But I remember she used to sleep on the kitchen table because she did not want any of her kids to not have a bed. I remember she told me stories that she actually used to pick cotton. But until the day she left this world, that woman sacrificed everything for her children. And I mean grown. I know I showed you guys a picture of my mom when she was young, and this is either she was pregnant with me or getting ready to have me. I was born July 4th, 1978. This says July, and then it has 4 stars, and it says 1977. I'm going to give you some more background on this picture later, but this is my mother and I, and we look so much alike. So that's my mother, that's me, that is my eldest daughter Naya, and that's my youngest sister Judy. This is one of my crazy pictures of my mother that I love. She was like in the kitchen cooking. She never wore a bra. Like even in the middle of Brooklyn, if I was outside on a stoop playing or something, she'd come out with her boobs swinging, calling my name, just don't even care. But she was who she was. And you know what? I look back at those memories and I love them. This is a picture of her, and her name is Robin. And that is my little sister Judy. And I have a lot more. But I can say that she feels rambled. She feels like nothing's in her control. She feels unappreciated. And she feels uncomfortable living with my great-grandmother at the time, upstate New York. And I can identify with all of those. I am feeling very inadequate and very uncomfortable. I am all over the place, just like tonight. Like seriously, my house is usually not crazy, but like I tore my room apart this evening and got nothing done. So I think my message in this is it's okay sometimes. It's okay sometimes to not have everything perfect. It's okay sometimes to not finish a project. It's okay sometimes to feel overwhelmed. It is okay because we're not always going to get it right. We spend so much time trying to get it right, get it perfect, live up to everyone's expectations. You know, it's impossible to be that person. It's impossible. So if we're constantly thriving to be something that's impossible, you're going to drive yourself crazy, right? Be who you need to be for you. That is what I'm working on. Whatever I need to be for Portia is what I'm going to be. And that is the way I'm going to continue my journey. Whatever I need to be for me is what I'm going to be. And I'm not going to allow anybody to take me off of that path. So we are stopping at October 21st, 1994. I'm going to have so many other pictures. I'll have some pictures of me too back in the day to make y'all laugh because, oh my gosh, I was a mess. But just signing off, it's okay to be imperfect. None of us are. None of us are perfect. We're perfect in our own ways. We're perfectly who we're supposed to be, right? And on that journey, there's some things that we can tweak, change, fix, make better. Sometimes we make them worse. But it's all part of our journey, and it's okay. I'm learning that it is okay to be on a journey. It's okay to be in therapy. I'm probably going to be in therapy for the rest of my life. And that's fine too. You know, I have moments where I'm going to therapy twice, 2 times a week. And then I have times in my life where I go to therapy once. But it's always a journey and I'm always working on it. And as long as I'm always working on it, it's going to get better. I can look back at my life and see where I was and where I am now. Am I where I want to be? No, not necessarily. But I am definitely further on and in a better place than I was back in the day. So give yourself some grace. I'm giving myself grace. And until next time, deuces.